Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 1. It is match day 13, the halfway stage in the season, and we are here tonight to entertain you. This is me, Champ Megahorse, and I am ably assisted by my fantastic co-commentator, CM Robbie. How are you today?
Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are we? How are we all?
Very, very well. Anyone who comes onto the chat, good evening. Welcome. Come and join us. Come and say hello. Let us know you're here. And if you are a manager in the league, of course, you get the opportunity to make your subs live. Or at least 10 seconds delayed. We have the fixtures here in front of you for tonight. Seeing some superb matches. We have got at the top there a top six clash between Atletico Alanwell and Trafford United. How are you looking forward to your game tonight, Rob?
I'm as nervous as hell again. The last time I was on, I was nervous against Flamingo, so I'm going to be nervous against Trafford. Why change the habit of a lifetime?
Oh, and why not? And but last time Flamingos, it was kind of the what if situation, whereas Trafford it is how many maybe. You've got a good squad. You do have a good squad, certainly. You deserve to be up there. Fifth
We'll
place.
see.
Fifth place, and you've got obviously the two teams below you in the table, Badgers and Falaraki, playing each other tonight. That's going to be a big one.
Well, that's a boring 0-0 draw, and they take a point from each, and then my defeat won't matter.
Wouldn't that be superb for you? We have got two guests on so far. We have got Mr. Shaw of UN Rovers, and we've also got Mr. Dimble from the East Coast Warriors, the next match that's featured on our list there, up against the Iron Curtain. Mr. Duggan, I wonder how that one's going to go today. East Coast, a little bit rocked with their cup exit perhaps, but still a quality side, very, very brave up against the Iron Curtain side. Do you see that going to form?
Difficult to say. Iron Curtain had a very good cup win in the week, but then East Coast played some team from Warsaw. That play at the M6 fields. Don't know much about it. Can't really remember the result too much. So they'll be confident. Something to do with a reverse arrow on Archie back. Some tactical masterclass apparently.
Will the back arrow be bonk tonight? We shall see. And obviously down at the bottom there, Flamingos taking on Wolfies, Wolverhampton, Wanderers of Wolverhampton even. Steve Wright is here, manager of a successful Division 2 side, Rugby FC. Good evening,
Evening, Steve. How are you doing?
Without a shadow of a doubt, he is here. Fortuna versus Racers. I mean, we could start to see a bit of a gap appearing between the bottom three and the rest if Fortuna get the victory. Imagine Madrid looking to keep themselves in the hunt for survival after their first victory last league game out. They're up against UN Rovers, Mr. Shaw's side. And then that bottom game there, Phoenix versus Hulls. Another massive match. And this one, I mean, before you've seen the teams tonight, what are you thinking?
That's prime 4:30 Sky Sports main event, isn't it? Phoenix versus Hulls.
So
That's not shoved in at Friday night football. That's
we'll do it at 4:30.
Bang on Super Sunday. Well, we'll keep going. I'm plenty stocked. So
here is our league table so far. So Hulls, Trafford, Phoenix, just 2 points separating them. East Coast, just a further point back, and you know there is that little gap which could start to get bigger and bigger this weekend, but hopefully not as far as you're concerned. And obviously the chasing pack of Badgers and Falaraki, the Wanderers, I mean, are they a shoe-in for 3 points there against Flamingos to push themselves onto 19? I would think so. And at the bottom of the table, as we've mentioned there, if Fortuna get a victory over Racers, there will be an 8-point gap between those two. Not necessarily an 8-point gap between the bottom three and the Racers, well, the rivals of the Racers, but certainly it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
Of course, we hit the halfway stage in the league tonight as well. 13 games played, 13 games left.
The halfway stage, and if we obviously if we project it by how they're doing in the first half of the season, we're going to get the same table, but just with more points. So yes,
It's
indeed.
excellent stat-based knowledge there
It's,
once again.
it's all what it's about, isn't it? That's exactly what it is. You can see on your screens, you've got the fixtures for tonight on there, followed by the assists, the goals, the league table, and of course the average ratings. They'll be going round and round for you to enjoy as we go along. Let's get into the first match. It won't be your match, Rob, and Mr.
That's
Mourinho is here just
absolutely
in time.
fine.
Good evening, Tato. And it also will not be that the game of the top three sides up against each other. We'll put that one a bit later on. So, we also have a wonderful World Cup match of South Africa and Qatar. So, it's almost like we should watch that one instead. I think that's pretty good. What the people are looking
Goal
forward
for
to tonight.
Africa, goal for all Qatar.
Is Dr. Kamalo in the squad? Where's Dr.
He's not.
Kamalo? Oh, well, I want Qatar to win. So, that's solved.
They appear to have John Harley in the squad, or is that Hartley?
John Harley would be interesting.
I think I've already had enough. I've already had 2 minutes a minute.
We start tonight at East Coast versus Iron Curtain, and we've got
Not
one
a
of the
bad
managers
game.
on the show. Indeed, Iron Curtain, one of my favourite concepts of all, with of course the Belarusians in there. But the East Coast side have been absolutely fantastic this season. Last time out, the victory over Skade, despite the injury to Janowski. Never seen so many defensive midfielders in one squad in my entire life. I mean, yeah, you've got a point there. Apart from if you watch the position challenge that I did on my saves a while back, you'd have seen defensive Middlesbrough, which were a team that was entirely defensive midfielders. So, just go back and have a look at that squad. That was fantastic. Anyway, last time out in the league, there was a 2-2 draw with Fortuna deflection, which of course we did see. And again, that was a David Day performance, wasn't it? So today, a change of system for the Iron Curtain, going for a team that certainly looks to put up that curtain.
It does, but a little preview to our tactics later on, surrendering the midfield. Interesting choice. I believe it works, but I'd be interested to hear what everyone else certainly thinks. But yeah, I think Duggan surrendered the midfield there, but Shevchenko, Mostovoy, Nikiforenko, you're going to have to keep an eye on those three.
It's certainly some talent there. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
In a good or bad way?
Is disgusting ever a good? I've just worked out how to read the comments because I can actually move the Zoom video picture over. I've just realised I can do that.
See them as you go along. It will be superb. Looks awful, interesting, and Mr. Dimble has not planned for that kind of formation. So this will be a superb little setup going on here. Let's go into their opponents and the East Coast Warriors, who are missing Roy Keane after his
shocking
ban for 3 yellows.
Disgusting. Disgusting player. No.
In a good way.
Oh yeah, we could show that one. We could show that one. I thought we were going back to the last league game.
Well, we are going to have a quick look at that last league.
But no, we're not.
Course, the 3-1 victory away to some team from the Midlands along the M6, which was the Arkadiusz Bonk show. Definitely,
it was.
And Duncan
running away from goal as well.
So we see for today the team using the Bonk back arrow again. I do like the idea of that.
But on a diagonal this time.
Yeah, this time something a little bit different, going for the one up front of Barijo on his own, and Salva dropped to the bench. I mean, Salva scored 1 in 2 roughly in the league, and Barijo is not as much a form striker. But let's see how he gets on his own today.
Michael Ricketts, but
the Michael Ricketts of with a foreign.
When he hits form, he'll score plenty of goals. When he doesn't, he's useless.
I'm looking forward to Martin Keown's breaking forward from defence again with that.
Yeah, the Franco Baresi of East Coast Warriors, Martin Keown there. Coming out from the back with the ball.
A brave decision, of course. It will be an interesting one. I mean, you've seen the team's prediction?
I am going to go for East Coast Warriors. Too much quality, and they've got Duncan
Oh,
Ferguson to bring up. Oh,
we've been given a ghost game immediately. It's the first time in about 8 rounds we've been given a ghost game, and so we're even going to be skipping that game. So we'll come back to your prediction before that one kicks off. It'll be at some point, probably right at the end now. We don't get many of those at all. Apologies to our wonderful fans here. We are going off with Fortune Deflection and Wacky Races instead.
are you sure?
It's, well, let's hope so. It goes to them. Last time out, we had the cup game of Wacky Races being to Flamingos just by 1 goal. A 2-1 victory, which took them to 83 minutes to get that goal.
A hard-fought win over the Flamingos.
And then last time out, it's not really that comparable because they've had a change of formation since. And so today, they line up in their 4-1-3-2. Last time out, man of the match, Partridge, has been dropped to the bench in favour of Darren Barnard. We'll just have to go faster for Dimble because he's got an early get up in the morning and his team is not on until the end. So, yeah, I mean, the Racers side, Craig Bellamy up front today, no Partridge, and
Darren Barnard, who's already knackered.
With his
he's only been named in the starting lineup and he's already tired.
Up against Fortuna Deflection, who have kept their system from last game with their 5-0 win over Klausening in the Cup. We've already seen that last time out they had their 2-2 draw versus the Iron Curtain. And today, with Nikiforenko with a bruised jaw, Dieter Eilert steps in at 37 years old into the central midfield position alongside the very much in-form Kenny Lunt.
I'd rather him do that in the central midfield than having the long run from DMC as he had in the cup game. I mean, at 37, that was asking a lot of him.
But he did a reasonable job, didn't he?
He did against a team of Norwegian farmers.
So this time around, just a short run and Ibrahim Saeed doing the wonderful run. No runs on fullbacks today, so something a little bit more conservative maybe, despite that massive run. I will ask you for predictions if I need them. And we do. Yeah, predictions for this one.
0-0.
0-0.
I'm going to go reverse psychology all night. I'm going to really go for like 0-0 in the hope that every game's 4-4.
That will be all right. Let's kick off. And the commentary speed is back to how it was. We've managed to solve all those issues with commentary, and just nothing's happening. We've got a ball taken forward straight away, and a chance. Racers were the best ones coming forward with the attacks so far. 2-1 for Tuna, the prediction from Steve Wright. It is currently a 1-0.
There you go,
Marvin
Big Marv
gets that goal. Fortuna at the moment set to put 8 points between themselves and the Racers, but we obviously still have a good nearly hour left of this match. Coming towards half time, and it seems like Fortuna are the likely team to score a second. But we will go into the break with Dunwell with a chance. It is half time, and it's 1-0.
Wow.
And Simon Davies having a bit of a shocker. David Day not tested at all.
Oh, not at all.
That's
a shocking first half. Racers not into it at all. I do wonder about Ryan Giggs playing in the narrow AML as part of the three. I'm finding this with Bobby Petter for Alumwell is if you play him narrowly, he's less than effective, and if you stick him out wide, he's suddenly much more effective. And they don't seem to be offering anything.
No, at the moment. Nothing really happened in that first 25 minutes, did it at all? And then Kenny Lunt's corner, and Kenny Lunt has another assist. With this season getting better and better for him, isn't it? And we've got the tackles completely successful,
dominating. And Amantidis, who hasn't made a single tackle apparently,
hasn't needed to make a single tackle.
No, hasn't needed. Right, he's got the cigars out already.
He's got the central Ryan Giggs a bit lost, I think. Up against Simon Davies there, who's
on a 5.
He's not playing particularly well, is he? I'm just going to check see whether there is a substitute to be called there from Mr. Hopkins. There's just the one potential change if it's going to happen, and then as we see fit going further on. So they will be. John Hartson will be monitored.
84 already. 84 already. That's not.
If it's a potential footing, a foot isn't quite knee or something he'll stay on for a little bit longer. Collins will stay on a little bit longer there as well. So we'll keep the teams as they are going into the second half.
Nothing going on in this game, Jeff, to be honest. I'd rather go home.
There's a goal, though. It's John Hartson who was kept on for the substitutes. And he has managed to do it. But David Collins,
Oh, there you go.
also, I think Collins might have been carrying a little knock before that. He
DC22.
also has scored. DC22. It's like a mixture of David Coulthard and Jensen Button going on there. So let's have a little look at what the substitutes will be. We've got the Fortuna changes. So we're looking at Nikiforenko. I mean, will he come on? Let's have a quick check. Fitness-wise, well, everyone's performing and they're not losing, so he's going to be protected at this position here. If any of the front three haven't scored by 60 or 7 or below, then to take them off. But I mean, David Collins is going to be coming off with his shinjury, so he will.
He's got a shinjury.
He'll be replaced, and that will be an Estevez change for David Collins.
We're not bringing Apples on then?
Not yet. I don't think we will be seeing him Mr. Fruit at this point. And checking on terms of any other substitutes for Fortuna. Nope. If it's Dunwell, put Yavin on. If Dunwell's getting to sub 2, stick Estevez in midfield. No. I have misread that. If it says, if it's Dunwell, put Yavin on. But if an attacking midfielder gets taken off, move Dunwell back and put Yavin on. So let's do that. There we
Either way, Yavin is involved somewhere.
Let's sort that out. Let's make sure that's the correct substitute to there. And Dieter Reynolds, is he injured? Yes, and I think taking off the 37-year-old.
Yeah, with a knee injury, I mean, that's career ending.
Just about the right thing to do. And I think, well, with a gap of 3 weeks before the next game, it probably is best to bring on Nikiforenko. It's only a bruised jaw. And I can't see Robert Pritz doing quite the same job. So I am going to put that change there.
It's controversial.
Cosmin controversial. John Hartson to come off, and it's going to be Simon Davies to come off for Jones as well as the other change there. Jones for Davies, and John Hartson will come off, and he'll be replaced by James Thomas. Done. And we get back
Who's
on.
now a paramedic. James Thomas.
Is he really?
Little fact.
He's gone. We've gone to super speed.
Oh.
Nothing happened, so we're okay. But it's gone on to the faster speed at the moment. It seems like racers are trying to come back into this game, but Yavin has had a chance for Fortuna.
Needs another goal.
And the ball played forward. Lunt was taken down. I think Chris Coleman it was who brought him down. Fortuna looking to shore up the game if they can. Another chance. Saeed just wide. And another chance. It's a bonk free kick this time. He's overruled. Oh, it's an equaliser. In the last minute there, Craig Bellamy with an equaliser. It isn't the best result for racers. Fortuna will be relieved that they are still 5 points ahead of them. But with only 3 shots compared to the
3 shots, 2 went in. Fortuna are going to be well unhappy with that.
It's not the same kind of game that you'd expect from Fortuna with their sort of defensive record, but racers will be hugely relieved that they've not dropped a further 3 points off the pace. Let's take a look at the goals. We've got Fowler with his head on the ball, Hartson picking up the loose one, smashing it in, and then Bonk to Collins for the goal there for Fortuna. And then we go late into the game after a spate of yellow cards. A loose ball picked up by Coleman, and Chris Coleman.
Here's the last kick.
Craig Bellamy with the very last kick of the game. Well,
Jamie's sending big Chris Coleman up for the last 5 minutes there.
And we see that the substitutes, have not, Yavin's not performed. He isn't performing hugely well for Fortuna. Maybe Estevez.
He's not for me either.
Maybe Estevez would have been the better substitute, but I just followed what I was told. Dieter Reynolds had a good game before coming off, but he was clearly carrying that knock and we don't want to run him out for too much when he's going to retire at some point. And for racers, Chris Coleman performed pretty well. Lee Fowler throwing tackles around but not necessarily winning them. Gary Speed, no headers out of 7. It's some strange stats for the side, but Lee Fowler has had a decent game. But Hartson and Bellamy with the goals.
I mean, credit to Jamie. I mean, it's a great concept, all Welsh players, but it's going to be hard to get results. But he's got a way of sticking in games and pinching results, or pinching draws, or even the wins in the last 10 minutes. And absolute credit to him. And Fortuna are going to be really annoyed because they've dominated that game in the first half and only come away with a point. But I think perhaps for the fact that tenacity the racers showed to stay in it, probably a fair result. I might get criticised for that, but I don't care.
The change of system for racers has certainly worked over the last couple of games. We go into the game where the victors over Flamingos in the Cup were the racers, weren't they? And Flamingos are now up against Mr. Wolf's Wolverhampton side. So last time out in the Cup, they had the victory over 2 teams.
Yes.
Despite losing Hierro to a red card in their last league match, they were beaten just 2-1 by Phoenix. They've gone with their same system as last time of only picking 5 substitutes with the intention of using none. And Roy Keane is recalled to the team. I'm pretty sure after Wolfie was suggesting that Keane wouldn't be getting any games for a while after being sent off for, I think he's had about 200,000 red cards. Yeah, 2 red cards already this season.
Well, that's a typical Roy Keane, surely. I mean,
just seeing Mr. Mourinho's comment there of Wolves have ditched the mental formation. That's probably the 4-4 mental. I think it might have been called, with the 2 wide players up there.
Everyone upfield apart from about 3 people.
With Anderton in a central role, I mean, will he get past quarter of an hour? It's got to be asked.
Well, that was always a decision when he was playing, so...
So we would expect the Wanderers to get a victory over an unchanged Flamingos side, who we've seen that last time out they lost 2-1.
Cherno Samba on the bench again.
Yes, he's just not getting that break, is he? Imagine Madrid beat them 3-0 last time for Madrid's first victory of the season. They stick with exactly the same lineup, 3-2-5. And to be honest...
Now that's a mental formation.
Yes. To be honest, I mean... If Wanderers don't get 4, I would be surprised.
In the first half.
4 in the first half. Let's see what you get there. What's your prediction for this one?
Oh, you've got to look 4-5-0 for the Wanderers here.
It sounds a bit like the formation being used from some teams in the league, maybe 4-5-0.
4-5-0.
Clever refereeing. Yes.
Clever referee.
The clever referee. That's exactly who we've got today. Let's see if they can get... Oh, well, there
you go.
We are 2 minutes in and Justin Walker scores. I think, Tato, you've underestimated it at 3-0. It's 2-0. No, he's been disallowed. Walker's been booked as well. He had the ball in there for the second
He's argued that decision.
Sirachka's been booked as well.
No VAR in the Swemp, obviously.
No.
That's why it's so enjoyable.
Justin Walker is having plenty of chances here. Yavin has slowed down on the goals. He really needs one this game to boost himself back again. And there it is.
Here you go.
There it is.
On
we
demand.
Just have to talk about Pellizzoli's not scored this season. We shall see if he's managed to do anything with this. And the ball forward down Anderson. Yavin has missed
he'll kick himself. He'll kick himself.
He's going to injure himself with a kick. And we are approaching the half-time whistle with a comfortable lead, but 4 yellow cards. And Flamingos have scored. Matthew Christensen, 4-1, with a late strike just before half-time. So a pot shot after Walker takes the ball from kick-off, runs around Baba, Kagura and Croft and then scores. And then the next...
Well, that took him 2 minutes.
Croft couldn't control the ball from kick-off. Yeah, 2 minutes to run around everyone.
That's
Then
just taking the mick now. The Flamingos. Give me the ball, lads. I'll show these kids up.
the disallowed goal was Dean Richards into Walker, and Walker was just offside. It was Collins offside. Then the second goal, Sirachka's cross, and Yavin has put that one in speculative. And then it's a free kick from Matthew Christensen in response to the Scally yellow card. There won't be any substitutes, so we'll just have a quick look at the sides as they are. And
Well, Johansson's keeping them in the game.
He certainly is. He's having a great first half, and other than Baba, nobody else really seems to put any defensive effort in. Up front, Tolly and Minarelli surprising me to be on 7. His average rating is 5.6 in the league. For Wolfies Wanderers, we've got Darren Anderton on a 9, and well, he's clearly injured, but there won't be any substitutes. He has a foot injury.
That season ending, Wolfie. Tato, if you've got the ability, that's season ending for Darren Anderton. No such thing as a potential foot injury with Darren Anderton.
It is just an absolute.
Bring Fortes on! Bring Fortes on!
We want to see Fortes, don't we? We need to see more Fortes in this league. We are
a pensioner against all these teenagers.
He's at the crossbar. Yes, Yavin scores again. I mean, Fortes is nearly 4 times as old as most of the players on the other team.
Did the commentary just say Flamingo's terrible run continues?
Yes, their terrible run is continuing. The lack of substitutes is continuing in this match.
It was terrible about a month ago.
It was terrible after game 1. It set the tone for the season.
Yavin's after a hat-trick here.
He's come close. He has 13 goals now for the season. He's just doing a cracking job with that. And it is 4 at last.
DC.
Collins. But I was expecting a 4-goal victory. And we're not quite there yet. And I don't think we will make it, will we? Duff's put one just wide. Flamingos come forward again, the other side 4-1. And Darren Anderton's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
58% fitness with 3 assists.
And conceding the free kick that actually led to Flamingo's goal as well. So.
And also, not the least fit player in the team of David Collins with his 56.
56.
The idea of running players into the ground, it greatly concerns me. But there are still, I think there's about 3 weeks till the next match for everybody. So the World Cup will pretty much come to a close during this time. 56 and 58. I mean, both of those.
That's dead.
Both of those are lower than Fortesh's age.
I mean, I'd go on the pitch at 56% fitness. So,
6 key passes, 3 assists. And, I mean, Yavin he's made 9 dribbles as well. He's had a decent game for
10 shots on goal, I think, as well.
10 shots with 4 on target. A quick look at that. 23 shots.
23.
58% of the ball. And let's have a look at those second half goals. We have Yavin taking on Baba and Croft and using the wet pitch. Look like continuing their appalling run.
Yeah. I would call it appalling, fair play.
Poor run and appalling. And then Collins with Anderton's assist. Viv Anderton, great assist there from him.
He scored a worldie there, Jeff. He's hit the ball and he scored an absolute worldie. He's well proud of that, Jeff. The lad, whatever his name is. Sorry about that.
Did you manage Darren Anderton at one point? I'm not sure.
I tried to get him, but it was difficult. He was at Spurs at the time, and it was difficult. So I ended up getting Nico Cranchar instead. Nico's good boy. He comes to us all the time, Sorry about that.
Team.
Don't know who that was.
An 8 in the end for Johansson, a 4 for Christensen, Thomas Christensen. And 15 attempted tackles with 3-1, but all of them were kicked.
Yes. Had he not done, the score would have been 7-1.
The less said, the better about that performance for the Flamingos. We move into game 3, which would have been game 4. Falaraki 99ers, who last time in the Cup had a big 6-1 victory, during which time I'm pretty sure
Against
Robbie
Graham's favourite team, I believe.
Roald Dahl.
Dahl.
Oh, Robbie Keane, it was who scored his first goal of the season during that time. It was not Owen Hargreaves, I believe. I think I mentioned it was Hargreaves scoring the late goal. It was not. Their last game in the league was a cracking match against Hulls. It was a great way to open up the day. But this time, against the Badgers. Mom the Badgers, says Mr. Mourinho. Today, with the Falaraki side, they have gone for a formation that is familiar at the back in terms of their layout at the moment. They seem to have dipped away from the 4 and gone for a 3, but they've dropped the centre midfielders as well.
Yeah, it seems to be becoming more and more common that everyone's abandoning the midfield and going straight for an offense versus defense to
And that's
go
pretty
all
strong.
NFL.
That is very strong there up front.
Well, you're not going to be disappointed with that, are you? Saviola, Robin, Ronaldinho, David Collins.
I think Tato might be disappointed. Seeing
Well,
them
you
up
know,
against him today.
we all know Ciampino's qualities. You know, get them in George's bar the night before, free drinks, get all the lads absolutely drunk, and then take advantage the next day. But that's not going to matter because we're at the Badgers set.
It's
I'm not factual.
It is the first time we're going to these teams, so they are completely playing the first half of the season. They've got Badgers towards the end of the season. Look at that front 4. Yes, we have. And we move on to the Badgers side, and they're missing Justin Lee Collins from the team today, being replaced.
The late Lee Collins.
Well, the late Lee Collins. That's a different Lee Collins, thankfully for Badgers.
Thank God for that.
Stephen Foster steps into the side. When I did mention to Tato that Collins was injured, Collins was suspended, I forgot to tell him it was Lee Collins, and he was trying to replace David Collins. I just completely forgot there were 2. It's a
shocking league admin. I mean, there's the corruption in the league now is just getting beyond a joke. I mean, that's match fixing. Let's be honest. Tato, you've got a complaint there. To be honest, I mean, that's just match fixing now. He's the Sepp Blatter of the Swemp League now.
I do accept bribes. Tato commenting on Foster and Warner up against that front 4. Foster and Warner and Duff, though. Duff's there, don't worry. And Warner won't be there very much of it because he'll be trying to head forward. We've got...
Sounds like a nice folk band, Foster and Warner.
Foster, Warner and Duff. It was the Crosby, Stills and Nash tribute band. Finnan and Huckabee out wide. I do think Steve Finnan has been performing fairly well. Swap Finnan and Huckabee. Yes, of course I will. I will swap them now. I did wonder about that, but I just put, based on the way that they were written down on the team selection, I saw that Duff was mentioned at one side and Finnan came up at the other side to that one. So that's why I did that, but I'll swap them back over. Yavin up front, Collins and Somerville behind. I mean, that's a sort of champ manager kind of players rather than real life stars. And I think
Lord Neil Somerville, as I've now upgraded him to, absolute legend. Not everybody's cup of tea, but just go to my page and see what he's been doing for the RMI. That's all I'm going to say.
With Dale
Absolute
Watkins.
mental.
So
no Neil Scally though at all.
No, he's not been performing.
He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to be necking the Iron Brew.
I mean, he's more involved than Frederick Risp. Risp has been replaced in the squad by third choice goalkeeper Gary McGlynn.
Risp's now at the Wednesbury IKEA. He's now working permanently.
Working his way in there. Let's have a look and see what this one is. I mean, what are you thinking?
I think very good game. Plenty of chances. My namesake, he is not as special as me, but we will see. I think 3-0 Badgers.
3-0 Badgers. Don't mention that player. Yeah, all right. We won't mention him. We'll
Freddie Risp.
Kicking off with slower commentary. Here we go. So Ashley Cole immediately starts to take on the defence.
What is it with people taking the ball from kickoff? Everyone's getting a bit confident tonight.
And Ashley Cole doing it. But Badgers held out for that early onslaught, and we now have them coming forward. You haven't had a chance. It's been a good save from Sebastian.
This is slow.
And wait, it's on fast commentary, but not very fast. And then there we are. Richie Wellens, who's been playing well since he's come into the side, has scored, but Saviola has equalised. Wellens and Saviola, two players who don't often share a pitch together.
And never will again.
Until later in the season. 1-1 so far. It's been a great game so far. Plenty of attacking chances. Probably say it's about 2 each. But another
That's better.
for Falaraki. Stop.
That's suddenly sped up.
Badgers feeding themselves into a lovely half-time draw. Nobody standing out as a top player in the first half.
No,
2
6s
shots,
and 7s.
2 on
Oh,
target.
Falaraki.
And Falaraki at half stats, basically. It's going to be an interesting one for the second half. Let's have a little look at how things are going. Falaraki, a lot more possession. The goals scored. First of all, Wellens, it was a free kick. Brilliant. So Wellens has got a free kick to open up the scoring. But then next up, Robin plays Saviola, who takes on Duff, and David Collins, whatever he's doing back in defence, and then scored the equaliser. Badgers, Vance Warner has been throwing himself around. Foster not quite performing. Tato, are you thinking of any changes for your team at this point? We can ask him and let him see if he wants to make any half-time changes to sort out his side, but he may well.
David Priest, 100% fitness, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's one positive thing about the side, isn't it? Definitely. We have for Falaraki, in terms of their substitutes, I think they're a 60-minute kind of side, aren't they? They certainly are. And how it's going in the first half, Benera, playing in defence, has done nothing apart from a little bit of passing and one header.
Yeah. He's leaving the hard work, isn't he? Let's be honest. He doesn't fancy it.
As Tato would say, Benera is definitely an 0-3 or 4 kind of player. We're going to go to 60 minutes with both sides at this point then. And we're all
another Yavin that's
not scoring.
Another
yet.
Yavin that is getting a manager banging their head against a brick wall.
Here we are at 60, which has gone past for 62. Oh, shocking. We are into the Boost Town Badgers substitutes, and I will get those up on things here. Tato, let us know what you want. I can see that the team, in terms of condition-wise, we've got Warner on 83, Huckabee on 82, Collins and Somerville on 84. And Yavin for the Prime Minister. Boris, can't find him anywhere. But,
I would come on and do that.
Yavin off, and also Clausen into the middle of defence for Vance Warner. And Williams as well. Frank Williams for Darren Huckabee.
Don't put Frank Williams on, he'll be as slow as anything.
I don't know, I bet he can move a bit in that chair, it'd be great.
I wasn't going down the chair route, I'll leave that to you.
Oh, you mentioned about Williams.
I was just going to go on the slowness of the Formula One cars, I wasn't going to get disability. I didn't think it was that sort of sure, to be honest.
It wasn't a criticism, I was saying I think he'd be quite fast, actually.
Don't take Mick out cripples, they can't help it.
We have here, if Saviola hasn't scored, well, he did, didn't he?
He did.
If they're winning at 60, stay as they are. If they're drawing, sub the worst performing attacking midfielder. Well, David Collins is a very clearly injured attacking midfielder going on, and he's the same as the others, so yeah, he'll come off. And that will be well, I mean, who's played the most? Keane's played 3 sub appearances, Eto's played 4 matches, and Joe Cole's played 8, so Joe Cole will come on at that point.
Good lad, Joey Cole.
And you're just filling in that position. Every single one of them is a left and centre. So
yeah,
somebody's
got to play on the right.
Yeah, and it's more like to be somebody like David Cameron. Let's. Oh, it's gone fast again.
Oh.
Yeah, the Badgers scored in speedy play. Ryan Williams, I check whenever the substitutes are made, I need to check that it hasn't gone to the other team's speed. Robin has equalised. Back to 2-2. I think Badgers need fast football. That's what they need. Williams has been taken out by Soroczynski's. He booked, and Walker's put one just off target. More chances coming to both teams. This has been a great game. Williams' corner again. He's been a bit of an influence since he's come on, but there. Saviola for 3-2. And a late chance Cameron has missed. And 3-2 to the Falaraki 99ers. Oh, well, the play has certainly livened up in the second half. The stats, Badgers definitely played better. Falaraki continued in their same sort of form, but put in all their second half shots on target.
Gutted.
A team that they were never in front till right near the end of the game. Let's have a look at those goals. Well done to Mr. Champino with the victory. Unlucky to Mr. Mourinho with the defeat. Not much happened at the start of the second half. Embarrassing. I'm not that bad, am I, to be called embarrassing? I'm not sure.
It's probably on about me, to be honest.
Mr. Dimble suggesting that Tato deserved better. I think the team definitely looked at least capable of a draw in that game.
Absolutely.
Just a shame that they fell apart at the end. We have got Cameron's cross into Williams, so the two substitutes combine.
Cameron on the right there.
And then Robbins equaliser that Priest couldn't hold after Ronaldinho attempt, and Robbins tapped in the equaliser. And then late on, 86th minute, we have got a Saviola chance after Joe Cole has set him up. Badgers will be fairly, well, obviously they're a bit gutted really. Walker looks like he's performed fairly well, to be honest. Bent refs every week now. Is that
Mother of God.
I think he's looking for some more bent refs for the rest
that
of the
was
season.
That was my Chief Superintendent Hastings. Mother of God. Any Line of Duty fans, if you don't watch it, you don't know what the hell I'm on about. But that's my new thing.
I will pretend I watch it.
All I'm interested in are bent coppers.
Soroczynski and John Terry making sure that they kept that defence fairly solid, despite the fact they conceded 2 goals. Saviola, I mean, he's just that sort of world-class finisher on the team this time round.
The problem is if he stays on the pitch until the last minute, he's gonna pinch a goal. I'm genuinely gutted for Tato because I thought he would actually get the draw there, and I think it was a good even game. But that front four of Falaraki, if you keep them together, or even, I mean, they've got the quality to bring Joe Cole on. So
yes, and Sigalko not even used.
No.
Can this Hastings play at centre back with a forward arrow? Probably better than
all the way to the front man.
Than Fred
from centre back to the front man,
or from sweeper, he can do the job.
Or goalkeeper.
We're going to play this game now because we can't guarantee that it won't be last anyway because of the Ghost game. So Phoenix versus Hulls. Let's have a little look and see how Phoenix did last time out. Of course, yes, it was a 1-1 draw that resulted in a penalty shootout defeat. And in the league last time, victory over the Wolves by just the 1 goal. But I think they had some fairly tired-looking players going on towards the end of the game.
But they're not used to playing with 11, so...
No, quite often losing players, aren't they? They've got one change with the suspension of Desai this game after he's taken his 3rd yellow card. They replace him with Manu Petit as the one enforced change for the team. The rest of the side is kept exactly as it was following the cup match. And I mean, the running system here is something that, it stops both of these players running forward, I guess.
Yeah, it's again abandoning the midfield, but having people move into the midfield. Very elaborate tactics. Nothing less than I'd expect from Ryan, a legend of the game and legendary manager, who must be relieved that the bent referees that are now troubling Tato are away from his team and keeping 11 on the pitch. I mean, that's just quality everywhere you look. Batistuta, Zidane, Costa, and Larson. That's not a bad. We're on about Falaraki's front four. That's probably even better.
And they're up against a side with an equally good attacking line in the Hulls, who last time out in the Cup had a 3-0 win over Mr. Dimble's East Coast side, who are obviously no pushovers, except in that one match there. In the league, the 4-3 victory over Faliraki we saw, which was a real classic going on. And today, their team submitted with some changes to the lineup. We've got Lucio recalled alongside Mourinho in defence, and Raul and Dede brought back into the side again today.
Interesting lineup. Albert, I've never got a tune out of on this game, but obviously Jens again, another. I'm looking forward to this one. This is like Wenger versus Ferguson at their peak. Two high quality squads going at it. This could be anything. This could be 4-4, 5-5.
Which one of them is which, and which one won't see the incident? That's the question.
Well, I did not see it. I think very good. Sorry, that was a sort of lapse between different people.
Arsene Mourinho.
Arsene Mourinho, yeah, or Arsene Mourinho as he's known. But
who's going to come out on top? Or who's going to come out on top? That's the question.
I like Hull's away kit.
It's very Norwegian, isn't it? Very nice.
I can't call this one. I really can't. I know that's a really stupid sitting on the fence, but I cannot call this one at all.
Yep, but if you can't get it, if you can't call it, you can't get it wrong. That's one way to look at it, isn't it?
That's philosophy for 11:19 on a Friday night. And we can say that now because we're live, so...
We can say exactly the time we're on, yes, indeed. At 4:15 on Tuesday morning. Phoenix have tried to come out of the box, but to no avail. We are at a bit of a stalemate so far. With two
we've oversold this
against each other. No, you can't call it because nothing's happening. Oh, there's a chance there for Bulls. Yeah, maybe they can't call it, but it was about not being able to do commentary. Zidane's had a chance to put that one just off target. Nobody's really testing those goalkeepers. And we approach half time with nothing.
Is it going to be half time? 5 minutes? Where do you get 5 minutes extra?
Well, 5 minutes extra coming from the ball in play for 32 minutes. Phoenix dominating possession, but no shots to the one on target of Hulls. Real anti-climax of a first half.
I actually put my hands up completely now and say I've oversold this. When I said it was the Premier 4:30 Sky Sports Super Sunday game, I didn't realise we were showing Manchester City versus Manchester United.
Look at this. Look at the match report we've got here. The 42 minutes they've added on time, and the only thing we can't see is half time.
And the one bit on 30 minutes apparently worthy in the match report is Thuram heading the ball upfield to Figo. Nothing else.
And a loose
Thuram.
ball. That is it. It's
nice.
Just following off from that corner. The only shot we had that was off target was Zidane, and the only shot we had on target was Emerson, tipped away by Oliver Kahn.
The fourth official indicated the added on time and yawned.
Phoenix going by there, less is more, and obviously just the one lineup change from last time suggested less is more. And for Hulls, when there's nothing we can comment on for the game, about Emerson, 10 tackles with 2 successful ones.
The front two, though, not having a shot.
No, nothing. Just Cafu and Emerson. I'm just going to make sure I line up my Hulls substitutes is just to manage, isn't it? Of course, for this game, because I think that was just about all we had that came through. So second half, let's get it underway. And there's more happened already in the second half, I think, than in the first. Ruggierio's been a bit more involved in goal. And they go for Phoenix with a chance. Substitution time. Less is more. And that would still 77. I know that's not going to be anything of concern there. So we'll leave them as they are. And for Hulls, they usually do make some changes at this point. I'm just going to go to where we are in terms of substitutes. So, yeah, just to have a look at the conditions there and ratings. Emerson is going to be coming off, and on in his place is going to come. No, Emerson's not going to come off. Sorry, it is going to be Figo coming off, and in Figo's place, we are going to see Danielson. And
It's about this point on Sky Sports they start promoting games coming up in the next few weeks. I think we might need to think about that in the next half an hour.
We do see that Cafu's carrying a knock as well, and with Cafu carrying that knock, it is a case of who's going to go and play at right back.
Peter Andre, for a laugh.
I mean, I think that Sergio is probably the best option of anyone to go and play in that position.
Ronaldo with a really long arrow.
Sergio versus Paredes as to who's going to do it, and I think Paredes will just stay where he is, and Sergio will come on. Tato's eyes are bleeding. The worst game ever, including Radaby versus Dangles. You might be right. Oh, there's been another chance. I mean, just when chances happen, we've got to celebrate them at this point. Well,
anyway, coming up on the Swemp League in the next few weeks, we've got some really high-profile games, all live and exclusive on YouTube, of course.
And just as good as this one. Oh, Simeone! It's a late one for Phoenix. Didn't expect Diego Simeone to be the one getting the goal. And Batistuta. They've left it late. And there's another for Batistuta. Mr. Champino's arrived and he's seen an absolute barrage of goals. Where did that come from? What happened?
That's the very definition of hard fought.
We can go into the match report, which is as long as a normal match now, thanks to the last few minutes of the game.
There we go, 80.
Gamera setting up Simeone for the opening goal. Ruggiero parrying Batistuta's shot, and Batistuta put that one in. Tato was not happy with Champino for this evening whatsoever. And Simeone into Batistuta. Yes, what just happened in that game? Well, what just happened is that Rui Costa's played an entire 90 minutes, as has Henrik Larsson, without putting a foot in to challenge anybody.
Simeone, I think most of the 22 didn't put a foot in.
Montero, monster in the defence. Gamera with an assist. I mean, what a strange match we had there.
If that had ended 1-0 with a Simeone goal, you'd have gone, yeah, absolutely. It just felt fitting for a Simeone goal in a 1-0 win.
But nothing else in that game warranted a 3-0. I mean, well done to Ryan, obviously, with the outcome there, and unlucky to Jens. But 3-0.
What a strange game. We built it up, and it didn't deliver.
Figo. I mean, we've got another 3 players on this side who haven't put tackles in. And then, of course, the 15 with 5 that went wrong. Well, 5 that went right. I mean,
but none of them were key.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a strange match. We'll go on to the next one. Well done to Phoenix, who have given themselves a massive boost in that title.
That's a huge result, and credit to Ryan. I mean, that is a terrific result if you're going to take any points off Jens this season.
Yeah. Imagine Region last time out lost 2-0 to the Badgers, and that was in the Cup. And of course in the league they took their first victory. They remain unchanged from their Cup match, with Mendieta of course back in the side instead of Gary Kelly, and leaving the rest of it as they are. Champino is trying to work out the coldness of the Tato response. Yes, the game has been played. It was a good game. Definitely. I mean, didn't deserve.
Stop trying to mediate.
I feel the need to.
It was a good game. There were no losers at St Barnabas's.
And You can skip back even when it's live. Yes, you can. But
Yeah.
you won't
And
be able
also,
to
you
take
can make
part in
comments
the
on a stream thinking it's live.
Which, oh yeah, someone did that in the Super League the other week. They're about 40 minutes behind, I think.
Yeah, I was making comments on Tato's stream the other week. I was about 27 minutes behind, but
You and Rovers for this time, they've made some starting lineup changes, and they're in a settle formation now. Kim
they appear to have a
Shellstrom
pensioner.
Shellstrom cannot get his way into this side.
Val from the corner shop in the centre of midfield. That's interesting.
Yeah, she's getting a chance for the first time in the league
30.
this season.
Yeah. She can't tackle.
4
Doesn't know where she is.
4 for tackling. You wonder if there's some sort of the old inverted commas intrinsic nature of the player, maybe, but we
Not very
shall
agile
see.
either, but that'll be a rip. It's always this time of year is always playing off.
But still about 60 times better than Fortesh.
Oh
John
yeah,
Foster. And I'm just going to check that John Foster is set to captain the side, whether I've made a bit.
I hear he might be needing to go to Gloucester. But... No, that was Dr. Foster, wasn't it?
I think it is Dr. John Foster. And just check the side from Ewan. Just to check. No, the captain is Yap Stam, so I will just make sure that that is sorted.
See, more league corruption there.
Oh no corruption. This is making sure it's right before the game. We didn't see Ewan's last time out. They had a 1-0, scraped a 1-0 over
Against
a team
Ford.
with a Salt Hammer in the side, of course. Oh yes, Salt versus Salt Hammer. That was it.
Against Ford.
That was it.
I missed Graham tonight.
Oh, I don't. He just sucks the fun out with his enthusiasm, doesn't he?
But then I think Friday night he has to go to bed early with a book, doesn't he?
Every night.
40 best canal walks in northwest England or something like that.
40 best underwater canal walks.
Well, I have heard that.
Imagine Ridge versus Ewan Rovers prediction.
I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say 2-2. I think two evenly matched teams. For whatever reason, it's not clicking for Imaginary Madrid. I'd like to see it because it's a really good squad, and I've got a lot of time. I've got a lot of time for Ewan Rovers. I think it's a real good mixture of people, and proof that this game is just weird at times, that you can mix the complete non-league stars like Steve Rimmer with Patrick Vieira and get a result.
And Steve Rimmer is quality. Tato goes 0-0, and I go for a game of football ahead of us. I think, I'm not sure, but if Imagine Madrid win, does that put them level on points with the Racers? That's my.
You're going to predict a game of football?
I am. It's better than a ghost game.
We've been doing this an hour, and you've just realised we're playing football. That's staggering.
Imagine Madrid are very much on the attack in the early stages. Had a couple of chances, and it's been a good performance from Shawcross in goal.
Oof.
20 minutes into the match,
it's gone quiet again. I don't like it.
It's a penalty, and Matthew Blinkhorn makes it 1-0 to Ewan.
Blinkhorn.
Yet again, Ewan making sure that they're known as a team that can contend in this league. But an equaliser for Louis Saha, and Carl Laurie had a chance. We're in towards half time, but it seems like Ewan probably are under a bit more pressure now. There's Kesman with the goal. 2-1. And the game is turned around. And is it all Nicky Hill's fault?
It
Probably not. Yeah, we have Atletico Madrid. Imagine Madrid. I'm just imagining Atletico Madrid to make it more interesting. No, it's been a good first half, actually. It's been alright, apart from the little roll. 7 shots, 6 on target, and Ewan Rovers also hitting many shots. Well, I say many shots. All their shots on target. All many of the 3. And again, Imagine Madrid, I think they have been edging it, and I think they are good value for the lead, despite going behind. Taking a look at the goals. Colaccini with a handball from a throw-in. And then Blinkhorn popped that one in. Mendieta with a cross as Saha scores. For the other goal, Ashley Cole who, early on has. Hang on. Was this? I'm just looking at this. The penalty that was
That doesn't
given.
make sense.
Ashley Cole has thrown the ball towards his own teammate, who's handballed it. That's what's happened.
I
They've
thought
caused their own downfall.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's.
he's only playing for Imaginary Madrid.
I
And
think
he's-
the save's gone weird.
A lovely one there. He's thrown the ball back to his own teammate who's handballed it and a penalty's been given. That's going to be on a compilation video at the end of the season.
That's Danny Baker's own goals and gaffes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, his Millwall shirts and everything.
Now let's take a look at this one.
Peter Shilton being 15 is his little joke he makes at one point. I remember, I had the video.
I had them all.
I had own goals and gaffes too, yeah, as well. It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good. I did prefer him saying stuff like two Johnny Paulstons and all that kind of
Or the Tony Adams own goal from 30 yards where he just goes, hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw.
I think Patrick Vieira's had a great first half, as we'd come to expect. Rimmer
Run that midfield.
Performing well. And Nicky Hill, well, he's turned up at least.
One tackle and he didn't win it.
Yeah, that's about all we can say from him. For Imagine Rigid, they make no plans for subs, do they? There's no point in looking too much at their fitness. And for you and Rovers, it is a case of managing. And we will manage as we go through this one. So, condition as we see fit. And it'll be Hulse for an attacker if we need one. Let's just check the commentary speed into this second half. 50 minutes. And a chance for Ewan to come back into the game. Not enough.
They're still in it. They're still in it.
They're coming into this one. And every time it gets near 60 minutes, I just shut up because all I'm doing is looking at the time. They just seem to go really quiet. So, again, no plans for substitutes for Imaginary Rigid. I'm imagining substitutes.
Smirtin, 79.
Yeah, but the words no plans for subs means that I can't do anything unless it's enforced changes.
Yeah, I think Val's going to have her way with Smirtin then at this rate.
Critchley, Laurie, and Owen all dropped a little bit. None of them playing particularly well. I think that Owen will be withdrawn, and at the moment Shawstrom's out of favour, isn't he? So this is Salt to come into the team, not Bankole. Salt to come in.
Ademola Bankole in midfield, that would be amusing.
Hulse isn't going to come on because he won't sub a striker, I don't think, at this rate with the fitness. Nope.
The numbers would suggest that Saviola and Blinkhorn need the service.
Yeah.
Because they're playing really well, but they're getting no service.
Critchley will provide. And in terms of changing Hill, do they have someone who can play at left back at all, or is it just going to be no point?
I finished the dragon soup, by the way, if anyone's interested.
And was it as nice as usual?
I'm down a treat. I'm just finishing the cider now as well.
Superb. Very wise choices.
I have been double stacked all night, so.
Oh, yeah, the commentary's not gone flying off, which is nice. Will we get another goal?
Beat the keeper as well.
And Critchley is definitely coming to life at this point in the game. Rimmer takes a card.
Need another one. Madrid need another one.
They do to kill off this match. We are at 2-1.
Oh, it's gone quiet.
To go. And we just... I cannot follow this match. A late chance again. Oh, good save from Sharkfist. And then down is Critchley.
I knew it.
He has done it. 94th minute, I'm pretty sure there. Despite Ashley Cole's 10 for giving away that penalty earlier with the throw-in. Then Neil Critchley gets the equaliser. Look at Salt's contribution as a substitute.
Fantastic.
Well,
that's you and all over. They'll hang in games, and they're not going to get they're not going to get beaten. I think we were 1-0 up, and they came back and they dominated the second half against us. But
This team is
frustration
superb.
again.
Imagine taking out the stars and putting that squad into the conference and playing along with them. I mean, that would be entertaining. It'd be good to see, Rimmer and Critchley and Salt and all that, and Neil Tolson playing together. Oh, what a team that would be! You can.
You're getting misty-eyed there.
It's an emotional.
Jumpers
team.
for goalposts, marvellous.
Goalposts for jumpers. I'd love to wear. Yeah, I mean Nick Pope could wear his goalpost as a jumper, couldn't he? He's got it from York City.
It'd probably be more useful as a goalpost this season. Sorry if anyone's a Burnley fan, but
Nick Pope has been outstanding in goal this season, but it's just a shame that the team are not fantastic. Imagine Richard anyway with twice the attempts of Ewan, but Ewan with twice the ability to come back into a game. That's a good way of putting it. Let's have a look at the second half goals, of which there was one. And it is a very, 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 very late.
Very, very late. Again, the last kick.
That's Salt to Critchley, and Critchley with a big, big smash into the top of the goal. Super.
I think that was the same as the Racers game against Fortuna, the last kick of the game.
Yes, the second time today we've had that. Ashley Cole, man of the match, with his 3 key passes, his 7
and his
dribbles.
farcical penalty.
He's giving away a penalty indeed for Colaccini to handball it. Louis Sahar, lots of jumping, got himself a goal. And I mean, imagine Richard, we're not poor by any stretch of imagination. Obviously, they've got a draw of it, and the team now are unbeaten in 2 league games.
But the problem is, again, Matt's watching that thinking 8-8, 10-8, 8-7, 8-8, and we've only drawn.
Compared with the 8-7s and 6s, yes. Salt's substitute performance, I mean, would Mr. Shaw have looked at that and think, what are you doing bringing Salt on? But then I did look at who the substitutes could have been.
Oh, don't you take all the credit.
I'll take it. But Patrick Vieira should take all the credit, though. I mean, 9 tackles and 9 headers.
Yeah, 60 passes, 50 completed. I mean,
such a quiet game for Critchley compared to usual. He still gets the equaliser. And Shellquist impressive in goal today. So it's a 3rd time in a row he's got himself an 8. Well played.
The bottom's getting more and more interesting. Oh no.
2 games to go, I think. I think it's 2 to go, including the Ghost game. And we'll have a look at the old fixture list and see what we've got left. Yep, it's just the 2 games to go. Because we played.
Hang on, everybody. Stay with us. There's only 2 more.
At Trafford United today, Dadji has gone for the standard. Come on, Trafford. Tato needs this. Tato needs this to keep another team.
Tato's going to get. I was going to say Tato's going to get it, but that's got really weird connotations.
Yeah, well, it depends on how you mean it. It's only weird if.
Neither way I mean it is going to come out very good for me, so I'm just going to not say
it. And think it instead. And so we have a wonderful team. I need something else. You must absolutely be hoping for this Trafford victory.
Game's gone, Jeff.
Condola and Cafu.
I mean, what's he doing?
To Roberto Carlos and Zanetti.
Sorry. I'm going to get told off in a minute.
And with Oliver Kahn captaining the side today, and back to Tomadera and Sigalko up front. Last time, of course, they won the penalty shootout in the league. They only had a 1-0 victory over Badgers. So, Dadji's the least confident manager in the world. Possibly, you could say that he is the Fifey of the Swemp League for how much he would berate his own side and say how much of a little chance they had actually on a match. For Alan
he'll be all right. He'll be all right tonight.
Bobby Petter's 10 against Niebergsund for a 3-0 victory, and last time in the league, just a 2-goal defeat following a great run of form though. So,
I've picked the wrong team here.
Have you sent the wrong
No,
team?
that's not the team. That's not the team I sent you.
That isn't the team. Oh, it is not the team. Indeed, I've said to myself that we would sort out your team on the show.
Right, I'm
No.
doing a Piers Morgan. See ya.
And walking out. That is fine. At least you're here. And I knew that it wasn't your team. And I had a look at it. I was thinking, that's the cup team. So let's have a look. I've got your team for today, which is based on the 4-1-3-2. It's just their keepers all in goal. No, I didn't do it on purpose. I did it by complete accident. But I knew you had a team.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
4-1-3-2. And we drop one back into there. And we push these two forward. And this one out wide into the middle. And we've moved him over here and him over here. And then that leads us to that, and that with Kamuna and Larison in those positions up there. And we have the setup, attacking short, hard, no, yes, no, that's sorted. And into your squad, Davey me, what am I doing? Here we are, Kiotis, and Cole, Neville, Rustico, Echiog, Saeed.
I had a real panic there. I looked at that thinking, what on earth did I send you?
I looked at it as well. Thought, that's not right. That is not right at all. Bonk Ricketts playing attacking mid. And Yavin with the substitutes of the guy who can't be named. Dadgy's on the show. Good evening, Dadgy. I'm just doing it because I've been told not to say his name.
I'm happy to name him.
Velas and Bobby
Gets me a good discount to IKEA at Wednesbury, so you know.
After he's 10, he's on the bench. Cassano, Larison, and Youngberg. No place for Ekakanga and Captain Bonk. There's some interesting chat going on. Yeah, you happy with your team now?
If you sing it as a sea shanty as well, Tato, that would just finish me off, I think, tonight. Yeah, that's fine.
And,
no Masudi Akanga at all.
Well, that's your downfall. We
right
go into the game.
Oh, God.
And we slow it down to the right commentary speed. Good. Okay, from the M6 field, we've kicked off. And, that's a good 5 minutes of game time used.
Yep.
Sigalco's had a chance for Trafford, but there forward, Alan Yavin. Oh, it's been close to an opener. And then down the other end straight away with another chance on Veron, I think it was. But nothing coming of it. Followed by chances for Trafford again. And well dealt with by the Alan players. It is very much a game of their goals will do something. And Alan trying to respond as much as they can to it. And they're holding up very well over the first half hour. Up to the other end, a chance I think Bonk was involved. Certainly a lot more going for Alan at the moment. Echiog involved in the attacking position. And we are here just about with the whistle. A disallowed goal right at the end of the half. Let's take a look at that straight away. It was a crossing from Ashley Cole, and Ricketts was just offside. Well.
Told him over and over again. That's weird. I thought there's been more shots than that.
It seemed like there's a lot more than that going on, but alas, no. We've got much more possession for Allenwell. And taking a look at their stats, I mean, Ashley Cole, deserving of being the best player on the pitch so far. 6 dribbles in the first half to add to his
Gary Neville doing nothing again.
He's doing nothing, but
I'm
Has he been
disappointed with him.
pressured? Dadgy's fairly happy with his first half, and we'll have a look at their team, which at the moment is free of yellow cards. I mean, we know that the yellow card issue.
And Die, 3
They are
tackles.
worried. Nothing won from him.
Hasn't won any of them. Playing a 5.
He is coming up. I mean, Dadgy, do you want to definitely take off and Jai? You can say no if you don't, but it's an under 6 rating.
No.
It said, get my Nigerian off. You haven't got one. You've got a Senegalese, but we'll take.
He said get the Nigerian off. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, he's Norwegian. Actually, he's Senegalese,
Is it? Yeah.
isn't he? So we'll be taking him off and bringing on Okoronkwo. Will be at this position. Will be the one to do that. And yeah, so that will be your substitute at that point. Norwegian. Yes, that's
Norwegian friend.
Everyone's Norwegian.
Everyone's Norwegian now,
aren't we? And then for Alan, well, you happy with your side or making a change?
No, we'll go to the 60 minutes, I think.
Live and die by the hour. A 10-match ban incoming for somebody.
Probably me after tonight.
It's not a Slavia Prague reference, is it? With that, we get on to the second half, and Alan, well, coming forward, Patrick Vieira has taken a yellow card.
I've got to remember I'm co-commentator and actually try and make some comments and not just sit here in silence.
Oh no, you're a fan first and foremost, and actually a manager, then a fan, then a co-commentator in this game. So we understand. You're at the hour mark. Gary Neville is on a 6 with Yavin and Bonk. Ricketts is a little bit worse for wear. Is he injured? He's carrying a nope. Not injured.
It's just lazy.
So we shall see. Are you making any changes?
I want Larison on for Ricketts.
Larison's got Ricketts. There we are.
And then move Larison down to the central mid. And
With
then
that.
Archie over on the right.
Happy days?
Yep, let's go.
And for Traffordy boys, we see your usual Veggie, anyone under 85, 6 or worse. I can't sub all 3 of them. So yeah, good, you give me some substitutes to make. Thank you very much. Ferguson for Vieira. And Ruud van Nistelrooy for To Madeira. There we are. Lovely. That's your substitute sorted. I'm just checking that I've read them properly. I have this time. And the speed is right. Half an hour to go. Still 0-0.
Oh, it's dull.
We might get something from this game. We can certainly hope to get something from this game. There's been a yellow card for Beckham.
No.
It just, which way is it going to go? Trafford score. Maxim Sigalko scores with 10 minutes left in this game. Can anything happen to get a comeback or another goal? We know that late goals have been the order of the day in certain games. And we have just 5 minutes left. Bonk has had another chance. And is one last attempt, maybe? Nothing. Man of the match, Ibrahim Saeed, to no avail as Trafford win 1-0 and keep themselves in that title battle. I can see the tears, Rob. I can see the tears, but, you know, this is a team that are leagues apart in quality against them. 5 shots of just the one shot
on goal,
though.
Again. One shot on goal again.
Oh, Van go top of League 1B. Yes, indeed, Division 1B. That's it, of course. Trafford, of course, had plenty of chances.
Yeah, they
Managed to make
deserved it.
count in the end. Yeah, they've had more going for them, but I mean, at one point it really looked like a draw.
With a home side, we should be having more than one.
I mean, if we look at what happened, 77 minutes, that happened. 79 minutes, Sigalko scored. There's no telling us what happened.
No.
Rob, you should be embarrassed you've let your family down big time. Oh, well, it's true, but no, it's not true.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Saeed did have a good game. He did have a very good game. More passes than anyone else, more tackles won than most players. Plenty of, the best heading rate of anybody in the side. So yeah,
I've let myself down. I've let my family down, and literally because the team's named after I went to a school, I've literally let my school down as well. So,
and you've let Harry down as well.
well, that's the way it goes, and it's some days, you get the results, some days you don't. I mean, we'll come back stronger. The lads are in there disappointed, and I've said to them, if we want to be a top team, this is the level we got to reach. Maybe I'll bring Carrie Redknapp in as director of football, to be honest.
We should try and sign him for your team. Just in the same way we got Jens's dad to join his squad.
There's a Sky One documentary in that somewhere.
Sky
when Harry met Robbie.
In the Swemp League.
In the Swemp.
What was Sigalko doing? 13 headers attempted, 3-1. I am interested in seeing if Ashley Cole continued with his running. Just 2 more dribbles in the second half. Stay is defending you to the end. You've let nobody down.
After putting the laughing emoji on there. I see you, righty. I might jump on the Division 2. I might jump on the Division 2 games.
Come and watch how they... Yeah, get on there tomorrow night. It'll be a good show. We're into our last game, which was our first game. Missed it in more. We're going to delay it half an hour before the next game. No, we'll have a look. We've already set up the teams, so they're all ready to go. And you were about to make a prediction based on the 2 teams you saw there.
I don't care anymore. I'm off, mate, to be honest. That's it.
2 lovely sets of colours, as George would probably comment on. And we'll kick off in fast.
Is he not going to come? Is he not going to comment then?
Anybody? George? It's so far East Coast are taking it to their opponents. But the Iron Curtain so far staying fairly closed. Smertine and Lee Bowyer have yellow cards. Smertine's having a shocker. And Zayelias has scored the opening goal.
There we go.
1-0.
Franco Baresi, Martin Keown.
Called in for Edgar Davids for this match, and he gets his goal. Fantastic for the East Coast, keeping up their title challenge. At this point, they don't want to fall out of it in any way. I think they're only 3 points off the top before kick-off. And 1-0 at half-time against Mr. Duggan's side, who partly...
Lee Bowyer with a yellow card as well.
Yeah, early yellow for Bowyer was...
you don't see that very often.
It did surprise me, I've got to say. Well, East Coast with 6 times as many shots and infinite many more in terms of multiplying compared to the shots on target. But
don't start doing maths now. It's too late. It's too late in the night.
Yeah, I could do
infinite.
I'm sure I could do maths by actually saying better words. More possession. Let's have a little look at that goal. Luis Enrique with the cross in and Zayelias with a header.
Lovely. You just know that's a beautiful goal.
Yeah, it does sound very nice. Isn't it? A flick on from Estebaria after Tomasi chips it forward. I mean, that sounds very nice, doesn't it? And then very little to report in the first half. It's quite an empty set of commentary. And a very empty set of
A
comments.
bit like the audio version.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't really make much of that game at all, but it's a much better game than I've given it credit for. Zalias definitely on form, and Luis Enrique with his assist. Basically, the only things that are setting their players apart from the others. And for the Iron Curtain, Tetradze at 55%, I think does
Oof.
need to be replaced there, doesn't he?
He's dead, isn't he?
There is something seriously not quite right with him. We will just check East Coast as well, see if there's nothing needs to be done for them at this point. We go by the usual things. We'll chat on the wrong team. Nearly time for Big Dunk, yes, indeed. Big One making his substitutes live on.
Couple of cans of Tenants.
Tetradze a centre back. So we've got choices here of Krakowski has played once in the league. Janowski has played 6 times. And that would be it there. So Janowski is got assault a couple of stewards. I'm not quite sure that's what he's going to do at this point, but maybe if that was a warm-up, then fair enough.
Well, yeah. Got to get the neck muscles sorted.
And we go to 60 minutes with the CCCP team. Second half. Slowing it down.
Getting ready for the Snooker World Championship. Slowing it down for the second half.
Only just 5 minutes left till the subs. Oh, I'm going to go in a little bit early on that one, but I think it took us to 60 perfectly. And Nikiforenko has come off injured at that point. Well, it makes it easier to decide who comes off for Carpine. So that will be made. Or at least I'll try and make it. Carpine for Nikiforenko. And then the rest of the team just stays. And Sigalko for Shevchenko is to be made as well. There we go. 2 changes. And Mr. Dimmel, your substitutions, please. Let's take a little look at that so far. Keown and Barijo on 6s. And Big Dunk is likely to be coming on, isn't he, at this point? So I'll let Dimmel make his decisions instead of relying on a person who can't even settle one of the teams today.
Get Barijo. And lad's a bag of camel wank. Exotic. Big Dunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a solid performance so far. Dunk for Barijo, which we did, I suppose, expect.
Here comes the big lad.
Any other changes?
Keown up front. Big long arrow. Keown all the way up to Big Dunk.
And Torricelli for Boya. With his yellow card. Danger yellow. Well, no, the big was silent, Tato. That's why it's 4 words, really. And are we good to go? I think we'll be good to go. I will just hold until I get a yes or a no. But I think we are on. Taibbi is a forward, yeah. Daffy's not afraid to put strikers. He did have a plan if the game was going particularly well that he would be bringing on. Here we go.
Oh, it all comes out now, all the nervous talk, and now he had a plan to take the piss out of me at the end, did he? Right.
If Dunk scores, he's getting another tattoo.
Come on, Big Dunk.
It's still 1-0 through Zalias. And none of the subs have taken the game by storm at the moment.
2 minutes.
Well, I mean, they couldn't even be bothered to have injury time. Just the 1 minute.
No, the ref just looked at the fourth official and went, forget it.
What could we say about the second half? Very, very little.
It was over very quickly.
That is a solid defensive performance. And
It
a
is.
weak
They've
attacking
reduced
performance
to
by Iron Curtain, but yes, solid from East Coast. Very well done to Dimble for keeping his team in that title hunt. We've got no goals to report on in that part. John Terry, I mean, uncharacteristically good game for him in defence.
Dimble's own version of the Iron Curtain coming into play here.
Yeah, complete
His
shutout
defence.
there. It's about time some teams started getting some clean sheets in. And Luis Enrique, great game, man of the match. Substitutes, Duncan Ferguson has done a decent job. And then 4. Dodgy making a lovely comment there about the familiar comments about things being all over very quickly. And Dimble.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dodgy. There are things you can do. I mean,
for the Iron Curtain, Smirty has put in a few tackles, draws stuff out. They've all tried to battle, but battled in vain against the brave side. And when
they've had one shot and the keeper played an 8.
The only shot has come through.
Apparently, cleaning your computer can save 1 gig of space as well.
Yeah, the advert for my old C cleaner comes up there in the corner. Hopefully, it hasn't crashed again. And
those emails though you're getting, I mean, they're quite rude. You want to say to him, I don't feel like that about you. When the picture that came up halfway through, I mean,
had to
I didn't know you
quickly
could
to watch my game live tonight.
Sorry, dear, I'm playing Alan Well.
Here are the results. We had 3 clean sheets in this one. We had Trafford with 1. We had East Coast, and we had Phoenix. That is the teams that are now the top, 3 of the top 4 with the.
We're going to be going down a rabbit hole here. Steve's going to start talking about pegging.
Not watching live. I mean, you're just going to hear us laughing. We don't put a chance of the thing yet. He's getting rather.
It was after the watershed, so it was allowed.
Into the table. We have a 3-point gap separating the top 3, and it is Trafford United at the halfway stage on 32 points, 2 clear of Phoenix, and another point further back, Hulls and East Coast, a 7-point gap. So that thing we now call
a chasm.
Their chasm indeed. We're staring into the chasm. We have Falaraki on 22, Alumwell on 21, Badgers on 20, and Wolfies Wolves on 19. Then, just further back, Ewan Rovers topping the next battle. Fortuna have moved up ahead of the Iron Curtain into 10th. And then there are 5 points back to the Racers, who are just 2 ahead of the Madrid and Flamingos. But if they continue this form, they will concede 100 goals.
Easy. If Madrid had hung on, they wouldn't have come out of the bottom 2 because
goal difference would just
minus 11, minus 17.
Yeah,
I think
they'd have been 5 off by scoring another goal. Yeah. So I mean, halfway stage, we kind of expected similar kind of positions. Badgers dropping to 7th. That's probably the lowest they've been this season. It is the lowest they've been this season. Trafford topping the table for the second time, compared to Phoenix, who've not topped the table since before Trafford got there. Hulls dropping off.
Hulls, the big fallers, 1st to 3rd.
East Coast, it's not a slide, is it? It's just where they are. And into that Division 1B, Falaraki climbing that league table. Great performance.
And the descent begins.
Yeah, if we continue like that, then you'll hit the bottom by game 22? So, quick look at the team of the week. Have we got?
I'd move on.
I don't think we'll get a team of the week in midweek, will we? No, we don't. So we still get to celebrate Des Fayoso being in the team of the week with his 6 out of 10.
There are no losers at St Barnabas's.
We usually look at the player stats at this point, but let's take a little look at the team stats instead halfway through the season, seeing as we goal scorers and things go onto our feed, onto the stream now. So the top form team, Trafford United, Ewan Rovers up there, but they've got 2 wins and 2 draws, which clearly is below a team that's got 3 wins and a draw, so take no notice of the form table, we just completely ignore it. Average attendances, all teams within 662 of each other. At this point, Boothstown Badgers with the top attendances in the league. They're getting huge entertainment by going there. I mean, the Flamingos are still drawing crowds of nearly 60,000.
It's funny, isn't it? People will pay to go and watch comedy.
They certainly will.
Got to support these young lads.
The most interesting part of this league is the Bolton Phoenix at 59,971. Wanderers, 1 above. Pools, 1 above. Trafford, 1 above. There's only an average of 3 difference between those 4 teams.
It's almost like they pluck the numbers out of thin air.
Pretty much. We don't want any falls. Games won in a row lately. Trafford and Bolton Phoenix on 3 consecutive wins. Flamingos on 13.
Yes.
You're 3rd in the
Third.
table, that one.
I'm 3rd.
Games without losing.
Won't be anywhere near there.
Now. Weak shots. I agree. To be honest, I do agree. I was, we've just not kept it up for the entire time. Cheers, Steve. Thank you. That's a much fairer comment. Games without winning. Flamingos 13. Wacky Racers 7. Top scoring teams. Flamingos with 5. Way adrift. And Hull's top the scorers chart. Conceded. Trafford, Bolton, and East Coast all on less than 10. Thank you, Mr. Dimble, for your attendance tonight and your victory. And you can thank the Elias for that. Penalties, Hull's had 3 and they scored 2. And only 10 teams have had penalties this season. So the game, the referees conspiring against the other 4, are they? Who knows? East Coast, best at corners, probably Duncan Ferguson's fault. Badgers being set in there, not being set in their ways. Oh, superb. Hull's top on the indirect free kicks. I mean, I wonder whether Kenny Lunt is going to help the Fortuna side. Oh, no, he's been doing the cup, hasn't he? 6 direct free kick goals for Bolton Phoenix. That's something, isn't it? Yellow cards, 28 for the Iron Curtain compared to 9 for Flamingos, who just can't be bothered. And the red card table, topped by the Wanderers and the Phoenix. We'll look at next round's fixtures. The league games are in 2 games' time, so we have the cup first, of course. And there are the fixtures for this. We have got Alonwell and Fortuna, who last time round, they've already played each other, remember? Last time round, I can't remember what happened there at all. Iron Curtain versus Racers, battle of 2 dragons there. Then East Coast and Badgers. Whoa.
I might have won that one, I don't know.
2 huge. Tato is not impressed with the fixture list there. Flamingos and Ewan. I mean, Ewan could play themselves really close to this top 5 battle. When are you playing some? Well, at some point.
It's probably me in a couple of weeks. I wouldn't worry about it.
Imaginary Madrid versus Phoenix. Trafford versus Hulls. Again, it's 1st versus 3rd like it was last time. And the Wanderers versus Falaraki. Some huge games. Let's just take a quick look at your last time you played those then. So last time you did play Fortuna, you had a 0-0 draw where David Dave was man of the match. That was it. David Dave, man of the match at 0-0.
But I've got Kong.
Next time, Kongsvinger. Taking a look at that draw, the fixtures are taking place in, that is the next round of games, which we will see next time. Rob, thank you very much for your attendance on this show. It's been another interesting display of matches, hasn't it?
It has been. Thank you for having me, and I hope I haven't let everybody down. And I probably won't be back again because we all going to listen to Tato, and we're not. That's probably me getting a sack. If I speak, I am in trouble.
We'll be seeing you again before the end of the season, I'm sure.
No,
Thank you.
been a lot of fun, and thanks to everyone in the guys, all the guys in the comments as well. Been a right laugh again.
I can imagine that people watching the show the next day wonder what's going on, but as a commentary point of view, it does brighten it up even more when you're on doing it live. So thank you very much for everyone who's been listening. All three of you, it's been great. Thanks once again, and we'll see you again soon. Good night. The stream ends. There we go. Cheers.